Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And as always, I had to come back and make a daily video of the portfolio since today. Finally, the markets are open. Tuesday, it's been a few days since the markets have been closed. And I've actually did buy two things, and they weren't stocks, guys. They weren't stocks. I actually bought cryptocurrencies. I saw one of Jeremy's videos, the financial education channel, and he put out a video right about Bitcoin. And honestly, it really made sense to me. And I did my own research. I actually bought Bitcoin a long time ago when it was about $7,000. So I'm actually gonna go check out see if I can actually see the purchase history on it. I did buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin and $1,000 worth of Ethereum. So just about 2,000, under less than about 10% of my portfolio. I want to get about 10% of my portfolio into cryptocurrency. That's something that I'm comfortable with, having about 10% of my portfolio in the crypto space, just in case if it keeps going up. And Jeremy did make lots of valid points in which I actually agree with. But let's actually see my history here, so we can actually see the first time I've ever bought Bitcoin on this portfolio. I've actually bought Bitcoin before, way before this. I think the price that I bought Bitcoin the first time I've ever bought Bitcoin probably was, I think, when it was actually less than $4,000, before 2017 or around 2017, before it went spiked up all the way to 20K the first time. But the first time I bought Bitcoin was on this Robinhood portfolio was back in April of 2018. You see about $100 here. Oh wow, it's like a little trade. And then I bought $4,000 when it was worth $8,399. So if I would have just held it from there, it probably would have, well, at the highest point would have been what is it, 4x, 4 or 5x, which is pretty good. So like I said, that's another reason why I tell you guys, just in my personal experience, long term is the best way. Because if I would have just held on to the things that I bought a long time ago, that my portfolio would be worth a lot more. This portfolio would be worth a lot more. And that's the goal, right? The goal is to put our money into the stock market and make it work for us, make it increase in value over time, because we work so hard for our money every day. We put in that 9 to 5, and you do your businesses, you do your side hustles, and you want that money to work for you eventually, so you don't have to work so hard for it. And that's the goal, right? The goal is to bring our smart portfolios of, even if it's 1,000 or 10,000 or even a 50,000, 100,000, and get to that next level. We want to get to that $1 million status, that $10 million status, $100 million status. That's the goal, right? And hopefully you guys are gonna be there in that journey with me, and I'm gonna be there hopefully in that journey with you. As long as you guys stick with me, I'm gonna be right here with you through the ups and downs, and I'm gonna do a daily portfolio review every day. Even if the stock market's up 10% or down 20-30%, I'm still gonna be there with you, and just stick together. We're gonna be rich, right? All of us, we're all gonna make it. We're all gonna make lots of money as long as we stick to our strategies and do what we do best, and invest in the companies that we believe in for the long run. But anyways, let's go over the option plays. And the first option play I have here is my Aphria, my $10 call that expires in January 15th January 20th of 2023. And I bought this a while ago. I'm up 110% on it, and I'm not planning on selling this until it gets closer to the expiration date, because I believe Aphria still has a long time to run, and still it's about 2 more years until this baby expires. And I've only put $350 into it, and now it's worth $735. So far so good. As long as it keep going up, then I can probably see maybe 300, 400, 500, 600, maybe 1,000% return. And if it's at 1,000% return, I turn my $350 into $3,500, and that's the ultimate goal, right? And in 3 years, $350 to $3,500 is pretty good bet, pretty good investment. Next one, the next call that I have here, my next option play, is Dropbox. It expires in, same thing, it's a long term. and it was a $25 call for Dropbox, and I'm actually down this position, down 1.85%. Same thing with this. It doesn't really bother me that it's down that much, because I believe in the long run, Dropbox would be way more than just $30.40 in the next 2 years. I believe it can hit $40 this year, maybe, if it does everything correctly. But in my estimation, if it doesn't hit $30, then it would be an ultimate failure from this company, in my opinion. So I expect nothing less for it to just jump up to destroy this break-even price in the next 2 years. And if it doesn't, then you know what? I risk $540 for it to go up. And if it doesn't, then it's okay. That's just the risk I was willing to take with Dropbox for this call. Let's go to the next one. The next one that we have here is my Neo $47 call. And this one, same thing, it expires 2023. I love long-term call options. I think they're less risky than the short term, because short terms are more unpredictable. If I ever was to do like a short term, it's probably to play like a earnings play, or significant news that I believe the stock could go up a lot or go down a lot. But I really don't do those things. The last time I did that was with Facebook. And when I did it with Facebook, it was like a few months away, and I lost basically half the value of that option play. And for me personally, I don't really like short-term options, but if it works for you, then you keep doing what you keep doing. If you find out that formula that makes you money, you keep doing it, okay? But anyways, I bought this one originally for $2,180, and right now it's worth $32.55, so I'm up 49.3%. And Neo's already getting close to that break-even point of 68.80. I think the all-time high was 66.99, so if it just needs to break all-time highs one more time and it can pass that break-even price, and I'm already in the green, and it's still 2 years away until it expires. So same thing like I said with the other one, I believe this one can easily break 68.80 this year, maybe even before summer, you know, like, I just believe that Neo could easily trump 68, $70. It can hit probably 100 to 150 bucks this year alone. And Neil's expected to do very great things this year and next year, so I would not be surprised if my investment of 2180 also goes 3, 4, 5, maybe even more than 10x. So it would be a $20,000 return from, or 20 to 20 plus $1,000 return just from the $2,000 investment I put in. And that's the ultimate goal with this one. And I feel way more confident on this one than any of the other option plays. Even Aphria, I believe this one has a better chance to 10x than the Aphria play. And Aphria has already been going crazy. Aphria is already going to the moon. I even have some shares. I'm going to show you guys my stock plays. The first one, my biggest position. This is my biggest position, I think, by far. My average cost $50.86, and right now it's at $58.37. Right, I have $11,721 into it. I'm up 14% on it. Okay, I'm up 1,500, and this is eventually gonna double, triple, 4 times, 5 times, maybe even 10 times eventually in the future, this money. And eventually I do plan on buying some more shares. Right now I don't have that much cash, and I'm trying to get my cash up, right? I want to get more cash on the side just in case we see big dips. Like Friday was a beautiful chance to get in if you didn't. Like if I had a lot more money on the side, I probably would have bought a few shares, but I didn't have any money on the side, and that's one big mistake that I'm making right now. And that's why I'm putting in that work. Like I just got off of work right now, and I'm working just to get a little bit more cash on the side, just to buy some more, because I know that money will do me wonders into the future. And Neil is at 58 bucks. It did a nice recovery today, up 3.86%, but still pretty far away from its all-time highs. Even though the all-time highs were last week, it still needs to go up about $8, more than $8 for it to go back to its all-time high. So we might see all-time highs when they show their delivery numbers, or when they show their earnings. And once they do, I think we'll blast past their all-time highs and getting close to $75. I would love to see that, because then that will pass the break-even point for my option play. And let's go on to the next one, the one that's been on fire basically for my portfolio, Aphria. And Aphria has been going crazy, guys, with its earnings, and it's merging with Tilray. It's up 9.58% today. And look at this. This is my second biggest position in stocks. I got $5,589, and I only originally paid $33,190 for it. I'm up 75.21% on this. 2,399, almost 2,400 bucks. Just look in the past month how much this one's grown. It's up 77.63% in just in the past month. And I'm gonna have to do a video on this one just by itself, maybe tomorrow. So stay tuned. And whether or not if I would still purchase Aphria, even if it's up 77% in the past month, because I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this amount of growth from Aphria. I cannot complain. From the 400 shares, it's been doing lots of work for my portfolio, getting me back up to where I was before, to close to 31,000. And the highest I've been on my portfolio is 31,220 so far in the past month. So this is the highest we've been for a while. Still have a ways away until my personal all-time high of about $41,000, and hopefully we can pass that one up by summer, if not by the end of the year. As long as my portfolio just keeps trending upwards, I'm fine, But let's go into the next one I have here is Shopify. Shopify, a beast of a company, e-commerce, man, is gonna be huge, and I want to build this position up. I think this is one of the more secure investments that I have, even though it's more speculative by some that say that Shopify is super overvalued. I believe Shopify has so much potential to really explode in the next coming years. Their growth is insane, 30 to 40 to 50+% year-over-year growth potential, and it's already such a big company, over 100 billion in market cap, that I believe that this company could become $1 trillion market cap in the next 5 to 10 years. So if I was to put a lot of my money anywhere, I would bet on Shopify. If there's any red days on Shopify and I have any money on the side, I'm putting it on Shopify. Shopify has that potential to get 5x your money from where it is right now, or even more than that, and that's pretty good if you ask me. You put 100K, eventually what hopefully I'll be able to do, if I can get more money to come in, I'm gonna put it into Shopify. And I don't have that much money into it. I only have 3.9 shares. I wish I can eventually get to 10 shares or more, or maybe even be able to sell calls one day, but that's gonna be a long ways away, right? I'm gonna have to put in 100,000 at the price that is right now, and every single year I bet you that price is gonna get bigger and bigger. It's just gonna be harder to get these shares in if you're not making enough money. And I have 3.9 shares, and I'm up 5% on it, barely up $200, but I'm telling you, this is gonna be a big growth beast. It's gonna be $1 trillion market cap. I can just feel it on this one. Let's go to the next one. Next one we have here is Jumia. Jumia is doing very well. It's doing very well. E-commerce, Amazon of Africa. I really want you guys to pay attention to Jumia. Jumia is gonna be a beast, I believe. Jumia will do great things in Africa. It already has a name over there. It has the brand name, and it's already, honestly, I feel like Jumia will do amazing. I believe it has 10x potential or more into the future. So really pay attention to this one. I got it from one of the fellow YouTubers, Sharp and Mild, after he put it up. I was watching his videos a long time ago, and I started doing my own research, and I was like, oh, I actually like this one. I need to get an e-commerce play, and I chose to go with Jumia instead of Amazon or the Chinese company. What is it called? Alibaba. Sorry, I forgot the name. But yeah, for my e-commerce play, I'm going with Jumia. Lots of risk, also the potential to 10x plus, in my opinion, plus. And like I said, I won't be surprised if it hits $100 this year, if not more. Just pay attention to Jumia if you haven't. Remember, I'm no financial advisor. I'm just saying, if you really want to get into Jumia, you might want to, but do your own research. Next one here, Corsair Gaming. This is just to get into some of the gaming space, because I was researching and they were saying that the gaming space, where you want to sell keyboards and computers and laptops and all that stuff, Corsair Gaming, that kind of market, it's gonna dominate that market, because that gaming market is also growing very, very fast. And just from the growth of the market, Corsair Gaming will grow with that market, and just going with that market, it'll go 10 to 20 to 30% plus every year for the next 5 to 10 years, because that's where the trend's going. And this was my gaming play. I have $3,000 in it. I'm only down 5% on it right now, but eventually I believe that this stock can double or triple at least. So pay attention to this one. Let's go to the next one. Next one we have here, MP Materials, another one of my stocks that actually did crazy today. This is another one that was playing in the EV space. If you guys watch my channel, you know why I like MP Materials, right? You guys know why I like MP Materials. Electric vehicles is the future. Electric vehicles need batteries. Electric vehicles need magnets. MP Materials are going to supply all of the rare earth metals, all of the minerals. MP Materials is going to grow as fast as the EV market's going to grow. So that's why I have this play. MP Materials, the only mining one of its kind in the Western Hemisphere, is going to be supplying basically all of the companies on this side of the planet. So pay attention to this one. I have 92 shares. I want to get this to 100 shares soon, as long as I can get some more cash on the side, and then eventually 150 or more. Same thing with Jumia. I don't have that many shares on it. I'm getting close to 100. My goal is to get 100 shares on MP Materials and Jumia. I'm only up 3.4%. But I said this one can, in my opinion, can go up to $100 plus, in my opinion. But do your research. Remember, I love MP Materials. I believe this one's going to be a growth monster. The numbers are going to do insane numbers as time goes on. Next one, I have to get into Tesla, right? I just have to get into the Tesla, right? Tesla's the biggest EV player right now. Why not get into the biggest EV player, right? NIO and Tesla are both my EV plays. I made the biggest mistake of my life by selling Tesla. I won't do that mistake ever again. Never sell my shares of any company again. Long term is the way. I've shown you many examples. Okay, I bought Tesla at less than $100. I bought Shopify, $70. I bought Bitcoin, 8,000. Maybe even before I have another account, 4,000. I bought Apple, $70. I bought Amazon, $900. The best way is just to buy and just hold your shares. It's a less stressful way. So day trading, in my opinion, is the best way, in my opinion. If you guys can find another way that works for you, stick to it. But long term is working for me, and I believe it's the best. So stick to whatever you believe is making you money, and let's just make this money, alright? Let's just make this money. Okay? Let's just make it. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you can do it. But I believe long term is the best, okay? That's just my opinion. But let's go on to the last few ones of my portfolio. I have Square, right? These are the more smaller positions I have. I have Square stock. Square is going crazy, right? If you guys look anywhere, Square is just growing fast and faster and faster. So really pay attention to that. I have 10 shares. Let's just go over those statistics that I have. Okay, let's just go over them. My average cost is 193. I'm up 17%. This is probably one of the bigger ones I'm up. So this is why I saw a dip in Square. I bought it. And that's how I'm going to continue to play Square. Whenever I see some dips in it, more than 2, more than 4, more than 5%, put $100 in. I'm going to put $100 in whenever it goes down 2% plus downwards. If it goes down 5%, you put another $100. If it goes 10%, put another $100. That's how I'm going to play most of the stocks that I have right now. Whenever there's dips, it shares. Those are discount days. Whenever there's red days, these are the days you need to buy. Whenever it's green days, you just sit back and watch the profits come in. Red days, you buy. And then the green days, sit back and watch the profits. Alright, let's go to the last few ones I have. Last few ones, let's see. Dropbox in the cloud space. Had to get a cloud player. I'm up 5.92%. I have a goal. I had my goal to get 100 shares, and I did. And if I see some more red days, if I see it go under anywhere close to $20, I believe around $20 is going to be a screaming buy, because I believe this one can go to 30 to $40 maybe this year, because this one's growing in the year over year over in the high single digits to low double digits. So it's growing 9 to like 10, 11, 12% year over year. That's still pretty good. Pretty good. You get, and this is probably one of the only ones that you can get a value in it, like a value play. Most of them would be considered overvalued. This one can be considered close to fair value or even out of value play. So that's kind of like my value play right there. And next one I have here is Beyond Meat. This is one of my smallest positions that I have. That's not even close to $1,000, and then Dropbox is at like 2,100. So this is like a third of what Dropbox is, and Dropbox is pretty small position of mine. As you see, my portfolio diversity is only 1.6%. And the other day, Beyond Meat had a news saying that they were partnered up with Taco Bell. I didn't even notice, right? And that's why the stock is up so much from the other day. It's up 16% just in this past week. If I would have done more research, I probably would have had more money into it. But I really just bought and just left it alone. That's the thing, that when you're a long-term investor, unless there's any really, really bad news with the company, you really don't care. Long-term is the way. Short-term, the stock can go up and down, whatever, right? But the long-term is the vision for me, that this stock can grow a lot in the next 5 years, 2 to 5 years at least, if not 10 years, if it can continue to grow. And when you're getting into these food companies, anything with food or drinks, usually you just want to buy them and you just want to hold them like for a long time. Look at freaking Warren Buffett. Whenever he bought something like Coca-Cola or anything like that, you just buy it and hold it, and then over time it pays dividends. Eventually, if if Beyond Meat just keeps growing bigger and bigger, eventually I believe that it has the potential to even pay dividends. And once it starts paying dividends and you have that insane share amount, and then that dividend starts increasing over time, then your money starts going crazy. Your money's gonna go crazy, and that's what you want. That's why Warren Buffett was getting basically billions of dollars in dividends. That's why. Then the last one I have here, and this is probably the one I want to buy a lot of eventually, and this one, same thing. Long term, I messed up on this one. Let's see if you can even see it in my history, in my short-term history. I was bought the stock at $84. 21 shares at $84. I sold this. What is the price right now? What is the price? It's $100 more than when I bought it last year in May. $100 more. $105 more. Like, just buy and hold. That's the lesson that I've learned. The biggest mistakes I've ever made is just buying and selling and buying and selling, buying and selling. No, just buy and hold. Because I would have made so much more. What is it? 21 shares at least. How many shares do I have right now? I only have one share right now. And the average cost is $179. I'm up 5%, right? But imagine if I just would have held this one. Almost all the stocks that I bought in the past are up hundreds, if not thousands of percentage points up. If I would have just held it, the portfolio would have been way higher than it is right now. Way higher. And now you see me learning from mistakes. I'm not trying to sell any of my positions anytime soon, at least not this year, if not even next year. Maybe 2022, if I see another company that maybe is better than one of these companies, might as well sell some of the stock and then put it into that one. That would be the only reason why I would sell any stock, if I see a better opportunity somewhere else. But right now, I'm fine with the positions, and you see guys, like, I'm being transparent, right? I'll tell you guys when I'm down. I'm gonna tell you guys when I'm up, all right? Because we're in this, right? And look at that. Look at this. This is Ethereum, right? I showed you my Bitcoin position. This is my other crypto. I put 1,000 into Ethereum. This one I'm up 6% in. So the goal, 10% in cryptos. So once I hit 30,000 or more, maybe I'll put in $500 just and another 500 into Bitcoin and keep the percentages the same. And as time goes on, I'll just keep adding. If Ethereum keeps going up or Bitcoin keeps going up, then they'll eventually even out the portfolio. But yeah, that's the portfolio, right? Okay, guys, that's gonna be the update for today. I'm gonna do another update every single day so you guys can keep up. Hopefully, you guys have made money today, because you know I did. I made over $1,000 today, which is amazing. From that huge L that we took on Friday, we bounced back a little bit at least. We're gonna need another beast day tomorrow to get back to our all-time high. So we're gonna have to see how it goes tomorrow. And tomorrow is gonna be big. It's gonna be big news. It's inauguration day for the president, new president, Joe Biden. So tomorrow's gonna be a big day. So I'll see you guys in the next one.